I would use clay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, but it's a lot more wax than over the photo.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's too stiff a line. I mean, this
Yeah.
shape, it
Hmm.
needs to be more organic, and suggest that maybe even like I don't think she has hair, right? This isn't her hair around.
No, she
Right.
shaved her hair. Yeah.
Right. So in a way, I mean, maybe even adding a little bit more of that orange
Hmm.
kind of like over her body, like going right up to her body and then fusing it lightly and then sort of just scraping her body away again without the heavy like cut mark.
Okay. Okay. Because that's because I made
A stencil.
I did.
That's great.
Yeah, I was so proud of myself. So, but it's too obvious. Okay, so bring some of the the orange red wax in a bit.
I would create that color on your palette again and
Yeah.
then brush with a little brush, like one of those the little brushes over her body,
Hmm.
especially like over her shoulder a little bit, around her head,
Okay.
under her feet.
The other thing
And
I was thinking of doing is the hang on a second. If you can see, I've got the. I don't. Can you see me or just
yeah,
the?
hang on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have this. So I was thinking of putting. You know what? Let me go over to the picture. Okay, so one thing would be to start kind of dabbing in. Can you can you see the picture? Wait.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? It's nice to see how big it is.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. No, it's beautiful. That's why I think that the orange over her,
Okay.
and then reducing again would be really nice.
All right. So one thing you can't really. It's not like looking straight down, but all right. So I have a little brush. I could be doing, and when you're saying orange, should it be like with wax? So it's the suggestion. It's more like a glaze rather than this bright or opaque orange.
It should be whatever you used for that other wax surface.
Oh, this was opaque, really opaque. Okay.
Yeah, you should use some of that. I mean, you could make it a
Start
little bit
bringing
more
that in.
translucent.
More translucent. Okay.
A
No, I
little bit, a little bit, but not totally. The idea is that you're gonna like put it over her and then, scrape her back out.
can't bring her back. Okay. And then the other thing is I was thinking of doing was to put, this would be the like the green, the contrast color,
Uh-huh.
and have that come in
Yeah.
some this like this
Yeah, I
or
love it.
over there and then have it come down around. So that could be another one. And I would not scrape that back.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of doing in here.
Okay, well, don't try to be so literal and follow the shape of her body. I would keep it with the integrity of the lace and just make it vertical.
Just straight like this.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And then if you did it again underneath her, just double it, just move it over. No, keep it vertical. Yep, move it
Yeah.
over. And I would just do that piece under her, just under her, lower it, lower.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. Like, yeah, I would keep the integrity of the lace as lace. I wouldn't shift it to
Not
try
do
to.
this.
It's
Okay.
not a curved piece, so I wouldn't try to force it to act like a curved piece.
Okay. So keep it like this
I
again.
would, yeah, I would let it keep its integrity as a straight piece of lace.
Okay. And then over here, this area, the foot,
Mhm.
I could make that pretty opaque. I don't know why I left that open, but
Yeah, what is that? Is that going to be orange? What is that going to be?
um, yeah, I really hadn't thought that through, obviously.
I mean, it kind of looks like it's like maybe a rock or something that she's balancing her foot on there, but I don't know if you want to be that
We don't,
literal. I
we
mean, I
don't need
might
to
just
do that. I can cover that. So if it's okay with you, why don't I just work on it?
yeah, do it.
And let me come over here. I scraped off so much. I've got I've got the, what do you call it? I've got the color, that I scraped off. I've saved that. So I have a lot of it. So I don't even have to re-melt it. It's ready to go.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. So while I'm working on this, the other thing that came up for me was, it just reminded me on both the pieces, just doing the wax, there was so much wax that I have to have the ambient temperature pretty warm, otherwise it doesn't come on smoothly.
Right.
Like I remember when I first started, I could get a really nice smooth stretch with the haka.
Right.
Okay, so now I've got this, and I'm going to bring this. Okay, this is a little more translucent than the other one.
That's okay.
All right, so I think I'll just do this one.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't paint it so you're already trying to make a shape. I wouldn't make a shape. I mean, I would just go straight across her, or yeah, just whatever. Don't worry about it.
I know. I keep saying, don't be
Don't
so.
try to be so little. You're still following the curve of her body. Just go and try to turn it sideways or something, so you trick yourself. Like you don't always have to. Turn it.
Turn the picture itself.
Yeah, it's like you're creating like a keyhole effect with that shape, which is nice, but you want it to be more like she's like a vision, like out of fog or something. You know what I mean? It's like an orange fog. Don't be afraid to go over her body, because you'd be surprised how a little bit of color on her body might make it just all more seem believable.
Okay, and you said, and also I'll be pulling some of that back, right?
You're going to be taking most of it off on her body, but you're going to be using a process of subtraction rather than than addition.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would go everywhere there's black, pretty much. I would put orange. So even like in front of her face, I would put orange, and I still would not be so as neat as you are. I would just not.
Okay. Trying.
Let it go, let it go, let it go. Yeah.
And I didn't even have any Virgo in me. How about that? Can you imagine?
Virgos, oh, you guys are the death of me. Okay, but
no, I have no Virgo.
A lot of Virgos like art.
Yeah.
A lot of
my daughter is Virgo. That's how I know. And she would drive me crazy with her details. Oh my God. Yeah. So I understand why you're saying, don't do it like that. No.
I know. I have a bunch of Virgos in my life. They drive me crazy.
All right. So
it's okay. I respect them. It's all good.
Oh, I do. I mean, there's some it's a good balance in some ways, but it just seems like their lives are so difficult because it's so precise. It's like just like you were saying, let it go.
Yeah. So remember what I said? I said everywhere that's black, I would put orange.
Mm-hmm.
And change the tone so it doesn't have to be cookie cutter matchy. Like it can be thinner and thicker. Don't worry about it.
It is.
And go, right. And inside her body, that's good. And inside her body too.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Good. All right, good. That was very brave.
That's scary.
That was very brave. Yeah. All right, and then under her butt and like in between her, yeah, there you go. And it's so much better. Okay. Now, what you can do too that's helpful is, do you have any melted wax medium?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what's helpful is, you're gonna, you got to remember the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you got to like paint it and then fuse it and then razor blade it, right? Every time.
Okay.
Right? And then, but don't like make a judgment on it. Just do it and then be like, oh, okay, that looks like.
I'm afraid to go into her face.
Don't. That's fine. Don't.
That's right. Don't. Okay.
That's fine. If you're not feeling it, don't. That's fine.
Okay. So.
All right. So. Okay. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna stop. Like whenever you're ready, you're gonna fuse this.
Stop. Okay.
You're gonna fuse this layer.
I may lose the hang on, that was holding my my thing up. It's strange you have better internet in the house. Well, that makes sense.
In the house?
Actually, what I'm finding is it probably makes more sense to, I'm going to be either using a razor blade or the dowel, the pottery tool.
I would use a razor blade.
Okay. Let me get a fresh one out because the other ones get so chunky. All right. No, I have to be where it's, well, I just find that it's, let me, it has to stay up. Stay up there, okay.
And just go in the just go directional. Just do it. Just don't even worry about what it looks like. Just
The wax is already kind of hard, so I'm gonna, what I found when I was doing all that scraping the last 2 days was I just work on one, I warm up one area.
so you want it to be hard. You don't want it to be warm.
Oh, really?
You want it to be hard. You don't want it to be warm. Then it'll just come right off. You don't want it to be warm. Absolutely not. You want it to be hard. And you want to keep your razor blade nice and even. Nice and flat. You're angling your blade. Don't angle your blade. So even though it's a bumpy surface, just try to flatten it. Try to flatten the ridge. Just hold the razor blade flat. Yep. And just keep spinning the panel. Don't work on one spot too long. Keep spinning it. Yep. Yep.
That looks like she has a veil over her. Cool.
Well, okay, so keep going. So you want this to kind of magically happen. So it's about sort of creating some magic here with the wax. So you want to be like, almost trying to create a happy accident. So you don't want to try to be too literal about the form. You want to kind of just be scraping. Yep, and then that's why you switch directions. So you go that way down and then you turn it and go across her foot. Now what I'm gonna have you do in a second is I'm gonna have you take the clear wax medium and go over the whole thing and fuse it and then scrape it again. Because what that will do is it'll protect the photo a little bit from your razor blading.
Okay.
So that you can scrape evenly and not feel like you're gonna scratch.
So does that, I mean, I'm getting a lot of wax.
Right, but you're not really worried about all that. That's not going to change.
It's just
you're just worried about the line. No, you're just worried about where the figure is. You're not worried about outside that. You're just worried about where the figure is and getting rid of that shape, Yeah,
the cookie cutter thing.
Yeah, the cookie cutter thing.
Sometimes I get the extra wax off. See, now this is so hard, I can't get it smooth. So,
well, you're just going to scrape and then you're going to heat and then you're going to scrape. It's like, it doesn't all have to happen with one of the processes. It happens in sort of accumulation of the processes. Okay. It's not it's not one and done. You guys, it's not that easy. It's not like one training session and it's all fixed, It's a process.
Okay. Now I can see this is where I had the cut. So now this has a lot of brush strokes here, Leah. Should I do a little here, or this is where I cover with the wax?
We're going to take the clear wax medium. When you feel like you've kind of gotten rid of that ridge and you feel like it's a little bit flatter, I mean, you could razor blade a little bit more around her head, and you could also try to razor blade, into the center of her body, as long as you feel like you're not going to scratch the photo. If you want to switch tools and use like one of the pottery tools, you could.
Yeah, I have a little more, what I call, like, I feel like I have a little more control. All right. So this,
Yeah, and remember to switch directions. Don't always be going in the same direction.
now that's getting into the wax over the photo. Okay.
You feel like you're going to scratch it?
Now I've got quite a lot of wax on top of the photo, so I'm not too worried about that.
Okay.
But let's see. I can see the razor blade. So this is what's, for me, this is what's going to be so helpful when I come, and see you in person, because, like I look at it and I say, oh, I see where the razor blade went. And, and you might, I don't know, it'd just be good for you to see what I'm seeing and say, don't worry about that. Or yeah, you got to get rid of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's looking nice. I would scrape whatever you put, like orange. I would just clear her neck. So do you see how you have orange across her neck? I would just break it up so her neck is not orange there.
Yeah, I've got quite a bit of wax medium underneath this. So.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, and then let's add another layer of wax medium over the whole thing, and just over her, just clear a little bit, and then we'll do the same thing. I think that looks really nice. I think it looks beautiful. It looks much better than it did.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that wasn't working. That's why I said, stop. I'll just
No,
wait.
it looks really, I think it looks really beautiful. And you know what, I actually really enjoy the parts of the painting where the orange is maybe like outside the line, or the line isn't perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really enjoy that. That's what's making it really pretty. Okay, so what I would do is take the wax medium with a little brush, and I would just go.
Little brush. Okay, because I've got the big Haka brush or
Your brushes.
a little one. Wait.
Let me see. I don't.
Hang on. I've got this size. That would do.
I'm not seeing the brush.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
That's okay. That's the big one. All right. Because that would make it the smoothest, wouldn't it? Wait, hang on a second.
Yeah, you want it to be smooth. I want to just go over, like up and over.
Okay.
Now
Now here's
over her body, just like very lightly.
And okay, now here's the other question, which again, this will be really good when I'm there. I want it to be smooth, so I'm what do you call it? I'm wiping the brush on the end to get rid of excess wax, but if I get too much off, then it doesn't, there's not enough wax. So which way should I go?
I would go on the thinner side. I would tap the brush out.
Okay.
Yep, and I'm not worried. Yep, that's good. And then just maybe do it from her toe back to her butt, and that's fine.
From her toe to her butt, going.
Yeah, don't keep it. It doesn't have to be equal. Yeah, that's fine. Good. All right, and then fuse that.
Okay. Yeah, and it didn't pick up any color.
No,
okay.
I feel like it should have made it all like flatter. Like,
oh, you know what? I'm missing some here. Should I do this right here?
I don't know. Do you like it or you don't like it? I mean, these are just artists. I mean, you might like it. I don't think it matters. It's not.
Okay, I'm going to take a smaller brush and just do that right here. Okay, then I've got she's covered.
Okay.
So now I have to fuse it. So let me do this. Oh my God. All right. Now, when you're saying fuse this, it's not to see it shiny. It's just
It still will shine. It's the
a
same.
light, it's a light fuse, right?
Still light fuse, but it'll shine. It's still wax. It still has the mar in it. It'll shine.
Did you get that huge storm in Philadelphia?
Oh yeah, the nor'easter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, brother.
it wasn't that. I mean, it wasn't that bad.
Really? Oh, okay.
I mean, it didn't flood anything or cause any. It didn't flood anything.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now what I would do is just so I want you to think, just forget that there's a body there, and I want you just to razor blade. Like I want you to forget. I just want you to razor blade the whole thing. Forget that there's a body there and just do nice long even strokes with the razor blade. So
Okay.
you're just focusing on the surface. You're not really focusing on the body.
Okay. I'm just cleaning the razor blade off so it doesn't have any, some of the wax just sticks and it's, hold on. Okay. So I'll fool myself. I'll have her.
Yeah, so you're just nice and gentle, whichever way, horizontally or vertically, you're just, yeah, keep moving it so you don't get stuck in one spot, and you just want to let whatever happens happens. You're just doing nice long strokes. So you do kind of really need to trick yourself sometimes to, get out of overthinking things or overreacting to things, or, so just be like, okay, yep, and clean your razor blade. That's good.
It's mostly clear wax, so that's
All right, but that's your top coat.
no. Right. So I still feel well where her face is.
Okay, well, you could add more wax medium there, or you could just let it be there. I mean, it's not really noticeable, but it's pretty.
Okay.
Now, okay, so I would work vertically now from behind her head straight down, because I feel like,
Okay. Let me clean the razor. Ooh, we're running out of time. Okay. So now just down.
yeah, just down. Nice. Yep, and especially where you put the orange on her body. Yep, right in there. Yep, nice. I like it. And just let whatever happen happen. Don't worry about it, because it's like at a point like this too, you always, you can take it, you can add more, subtract more, like, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you just have to decide when you like it. This is really about your personal taste. There is no right or wrong here. It's not like you're structurally, hurting it, or doing, it's just really about what you're seeing and liking. I mean, I really like it. I think it's looking really pretty. And you're deciding how it feels, based on what you have right in front of you.
I feel, you don't see this, but there's still some of that well thing, so I'm going to work on it this
Yep.
way.
Yep.
Whoa.
I kind of see a circle like around the top of her head too. Like, I don't know if you want to get rid of
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I do. I just saw this one. Now I see all the razor.
Well, those you can heal up with the heat gun real quick. I mean,
I can. Okay, that's what I was wondering, if I could heal some of that with the heat gun.
I feel like you should be able to easily, like, just, wave your magic wand over it and have those go away.
I hope. All right.
Yeah, I think so. So I would get a, like over the top of her head, there seems like there's an arch. Yeah, can you just work on that, but don't razor blade her head. Just
Okay,
work on that spot.
okay. Ah,
Okay, don't worry when you get stuck like that. Just change your direction.
I see all the razor.
That's okay. Yeah, that happens. I mean, you kind of have to be like you know, in a way, you kind of have to go. There's two teams here. You know, you could be on the team of that texture and be like, oh yeah, or you can be totally against it, which is fine. And then if you're totally against it, you know, then you have to just use your finger or the heat gun to smooth it out.
I think it's better.
It
Yeah,
looks better. Yeah, it looks nice. I mean,
yeah, it's better.
yeah, and a lot of that just like the way you see the paper underneath, once you add the tar and other things like that, that you're not going to see that anymore.
Oh, okay, not to
You
worry
know,
about.
you can blend it, or you could add a little bit more. You could do one more time with the orange and caustic paint around her head, and I would do it not in a circle. I would do it in a straight, you know, horizontal line, as if I was like putting a
This way, okay.
yeah, to cover that kind of up. I would just do a distract because like remember burning and dodging, like we would just add something to distract somebody from something else that was obvious. Like you just, you know, it's like, oh, look over here. Oh, well, don't look over there. Like, I don't know. You're just playing. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're just kind of putting something else there to distract. Yep, perfect. That's it. You did it.
Ah, okay,
Well, you can do the other one too. There's another one. Yeah, right there.
just down here,
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So just
Okay,
go, yeah,
vertical
you
on
can go
that.
vertically. Yeah,
Hmm?
make a right angle around her head. Just go straight. Perfect. Yep, perfect. Okay, great, perfect. So fuse that. Yep.
Stop.
Yep, that's perfect. Fuse it. Yep, and then let it cool. Yep. Yep, fuse it and let it cool. Yeah, you can hit some of those razor blade marks if you want while you're fusing it. If they're bugging you, and just don't be. And I would move the heat gun away a little bit. You're awfully close.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and I go like I don't go in a circle. I go up and down. Or yeah, like longer lines. Yeah. Okay.
I can see the brush strokes too. Well, okay.
Yeah, I like it. All right, now let it cool for a second.
I
I mean,
see a lot of razor things here.
mhm.
Probably wanna, oh,
Well,
well, actually, the stencil's gonna go over that, so
the
no,
stencil is going to go over that. You just want to make sure that that area is nice and flat for you before you.
it's not flat. It's, as much as I worked on it before, and it wasn't flat, and then I see the razor blade. Yeah, these are razor blade things, so I should probably, heat gun this a bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you want it flatter, you can heat gun and razor blade until you get it flat enough. I mean, it's kind of like you just have to go back and forth. You can't do it all with either tool, I don't think.
Yeah, that's really pretty bumpy here.
Okay, well, just let it cool. Don't scrape it too soon because you'll scrape it right off.
Okay.
So just give it a minute. I mean, scrape another side. And I mean, I think it just looks waxy. I don't think it looks that crazy bumpy, but
Well, they're like, don't. It
no,
isn't.
I think it looks pretty smooth. I really don't think that's going to be a problem. I mean, I would just razor blade it one more time and then I think you're ready to do your stencil.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure about the part in her belly, if that's too much orange down there. Yeah. Maybe you just need to razor blade that a little bit. No, I like that part. That's fine. That
Here?
part. No, the other on her, yeah, in her waist.
Here.
Yeah, I don't know if that's too heavy for you. I mean, I think that could go a little bit later.
Make it more subtle.
Mhm.
I think there was black there that I was trying to. Okay, that seems a little more subtle. Is that okay?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that looks good. And then you could razor blade up that side a little bit.
Over here.
Yeah. If you want to smooth it out a little bit. And that's where the lace is going to go. And then I think you're ready to put the lace on.
Okay. All right. I think our time is up. You know, I don't know if you have,
If you want to do the lace, and we haven't, we kept losing our connection.
well, that's true. Ah, Pam.
Don't sweat the small stuff, Pam.
I know. Pam, stop.
Don't sweat the- All right, so get your lace. Now, the one thing about your lace I'm going to remind you is I would clear it or clean it first.
I'm sorry, what? One thing about the lace is what?
Clear,
Just do
clean
it
it.
vertical?
Clean it first.
Oh, I did. I cleaned it last night to get
Okay,
ready for
okay,
this.
you melted it all out and everything.
Yeah, as much as I could.
Okay, I believe you.
I was trying to set it up so, you know, we could do this.
I believe you.
Hang on, I'm gonna do this. There's some that I can't get out, but I won't use that side of it. There's yellow and I just, it doesn't come out. I don't know what's going on there. Okay,
Oh,
so,
the lace, it doesn't come out. Oh, it probably stained it. Do you think it just stained it?
well, I think I may have had, what do you call it? Pan pastel. I think that may be what happened there. Okay, let's see.
Maybe.
Just, yeah, I made a mistake. I think. Yeah, this is, I'm just gonna go ahead with this. Okay. Get more color in here. Okay, so just go up and down, horizontal like that.
Yeah, remember you're gonna blot it too. You're not gonna brush it. Yeah, I love that.
Mhm.
I love it. Yep.
What I love are the edges. Oh, it's not opaque enough. It's a little flat here. It's still not opaque enough.
Yeah, you're gonna need a lot of wax to do this because that lace is gonna, you really need
Mhm.
a lot of wax on there.
I'm gonna try, see if, yeah, this will be better. This is a better brush. I'm gonna stop here because there's yellow on there and I couldn't get it out, but I'll stop. If I have to do
I
another
don't
one.
think you're gonna see the yellow once you put the tar on it. I mean, you can cover the yellow up with something else, but whatever, that's fine.
Okay.
I think this is beautiful. What a great idea. I like this piece. It's really cool.
Me too. It's
You're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love it. I think it's cool too how you're starting to put encaustic techniques together with photo ideas. It's like your brain is starting to
it's
it's starting to assemble all the pieces.
yeah, it's starting, but a long way to go. All right.
So are you gonna scrape it? Are you gonna fuse it? Are you gonna just pull it up? I use a
Yeah.
paint scraper sometimes.
Pull it out. Oops, I want to get a little bit more. I want to get more down here.
I use a paint scraper and just kind of make sure that that texture is all in there.
Oh, to scrape, yeah, push it in.
Yeah.
I had one somewhere. Ah. I haven't found an animal yet. I don't know. We just don't seem to have the right potato sacks or whatever for that great picture.
A creature. Oh, you haven't found a creature yet? I know. I don't know
No.
where I got my creature, but maybe I
That's
don't know.
great. Something
Yeah.
will come up. That's the other thing. Besides putting the photos of the, it's just looking at objects and look, how could I use that somehow?
Yeah, you can. You could do a series with like pictures of objects and then sort of imprints of the objects in the wax or something. That looks good.
Yeah, it's not as textured as the first, the test piece, but
Mhm.
there we go.
There you go.
I'd like to get that, and I'd like to cheat and just paint that part right here,
Mm-hmm.
or put this back in and.
Well, I would clean it first. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I would clean it first. You don't want to ruin what you've got.
Okay. And then you're saying I could do another vertical piece like here, down here.
I would keep the integrity of it going like up and down and just copy it again.
Okay, so.
Yeah, I like keeping that. You can just put the lace on the hot plate and let it melt itself out.
Yeah, I've got my tongs pushing it in. It takes a while to clean it.
It does, but you can reuse that wax there too.
There's a hole in the hot plate, and I use that. I push the wax. I will always have a little tin cup under there to catch the.
Oh yeah, the stuff that goes through the hole.
Yeah. Ooh, lots.
Sometimes I keep it. Sometimes I just let it go.
Well, if it's a little bit, but sometimes it's just. Let's see if I can. I may have to not do this now. Like if I have to wait for it to dry. You know what I mean?
It looks cool, pretty cool. It's up to you.
Okay. Well, it's pretty clean. It's let's see. I love this turquoise. Ugh.
I know it's nice. It's nice. It's bold. It's a nice color combo, and I think that the brown, like that's the tar, really pulls it together.
I love what the tar does. It just gives it that antique look. That's all right. Get over here. Get over here. Let me see if I can draw you up a little bit. Okay, so my thought was again to use the edge. Can you see where I'm pointing, where his shoulder? And then bring it in a little bit from where it was before.
Yeah.
Covers that? Does that sound like a good idea?
I don't know.
I just put it exactly where it was.
I don't know. I don't, do you just want more blue right there on her shoulder?
I do, right, like right here, and I don't have to have it all the way down, it's just here and here. That's what I'll do. Okay,
Okay.
all right, let's see.
Well, it looks like your brush is dry. You don't really have any wax on your brush right now.
Get over here. Yeah, it's me. Oh, there we go. I see some hairs, which is,
Mhm.
I'll get the tweezers to get them out. I just want it like right along here. Now this isn't really, I'm just gonna let it dry a little bit before I pull it out. I'm not gonna push that in because it was really just the edge part that I wanted.
Okay.
All right,
So lift it up, see if you got it.
okay. I'll do a little bit here. It's not hairs, it's actually brush.
Oh,
hairs.
brush hairs.
Yeah. Ah, it's still, I can't totally cover her shoulder. Maybe we just have to let it go.
Fine. Trust me, you can put something else there. You just literally put a drop of turquoise there and put a little holes in it. It'll look just like the lace.
Okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
you have to kind of learn how to mirror like your, you know what I mean? You could just literally put a drop of something there.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is,
There, I'm gonna put the recording.
get the tweezers, pull these out.